Okay, Nick. I liked your video, for one thing. I watched, forget which one it was. Is it for, well, anyway, the one that I attached here. I got a kick out of you. You said, hey, I'm a novice. I'm only 20 years old. I got a kick out of that. I was 17 when I started smoking pipe. Actually, I think I was younger, but I remember the first time I ever smoked pipe. I ended up turning green and was sick for almost a day, but it didn't stop me. My grandfather smoked pipe, and my grandfather and I were always close, and anyway, I ended up smoking pipe too because I liked it. And I've been smoking, I'm almost 60 years old. You had asked about mixing the English with the aromatics. No. It has been my experience, okay? This was told to me many years ago by an old guy. He was in his 80s, and he smoked pipe, and I think I was about your age. I was in a store one time looking at pipes, and he told me how to buy a pipe, which was pretty interesting. And then he told me, whatever kind of pipe tobacco you smoke, you always smoke the same kind in that pipe. It actually absorbs the flavor and that type of tobacco, your stem, your wood, and I've found it to be true. Now, there have been different times throughout my life where I've had to switch tobaccos because I was buying blended tobacco out of Chicago. Ives, I think it was, they had a blend that was called Bo Bacon's, which I just absolutely loved. I used to order that when I was in college. We were all big timers then. We all smoked pipe. But yes, you said about, if you're smoking a pipe, somebody will come up to you and start a conversation. Absolutely. Pipe smokers historically are calmer type people. You're a select, if you're an avid pipe smoker, you have a tendency to be a calmer type person, more methodical in thinking. The conversation you have, pipe smoking does slow you down. There was a gentleman that was on last evening, I left a comment to. He wanted to know, he said, does smoking pipe before you go to bed keep you up at night? Now, he said no, and I have to agree with him, no. Nicotine is it's actually a drug, not mind altering, but it is a drug that will bring you down, sort of like, not to a large extent, but you'll notice many of your policemen, I know I was on the emergency squad and we all smoked. It's a high stress job, and you're smoking to bring that stress level down. So no, I would have to say, and I've always found just the sheer sitting down, the sheer action of sitting down, loading up your pipe, you're thinking about it, it's emptying your mind of other things, and you light your pipe, you're sitting there. It's not like a cigarette which you throw in your mouth and you're walking around the house or whatever. It forces you to relax. Okay? Just thought I'd put that part out. As far as what kind of, it doesn't really make any difference what kind of tobacco you smoke. I mean, if you're going to smoke an English tobacco, yeah, I personally wouldn't advise using an aromatic in that pipe. I have a pipe rack back there. I must have 70, 80 pipes all total, and some of them are my favorites. One of the things that I do not do, and I found this was another thing that was told to me by the old guy, you only ever smoke your pipe one day. And when I used to work, I worked at the steel in the office. I would go to work with a pipe, and I would smoke that pipe all day. And then at night, when I emptied that out, I always stood it straight up in the pipe rack. Now, I did not use that one the following day. I would give that at least a day, if not 2 days, to dry out before I would smoke it again. And you will find that if you're an avid smoker, several bowls a day, if you let it dry out like that for 2 days, it's a much cooler smoke. It does save the pipe. This pipe right here, this pipe has to be 15 years old, and it's still going strong. I have other pipes. This one here, I don't know how old this one is. It's got to be maybe 8-10 years old. But you buy a pipe, if you take care of it properly, clean it on occasion. And there was a gentleman on here that I saw had a toothbrush, and he would go around the inside of the bowl with a toothbrush. That will clean it also. I do not recommend, now I do have a ridge reamer. When they get real bad, then I'll go through it with the English ridge reamer. But for the most part, no. That coating on the inside makes it burn cooler. That's all that, that's what I've found. So, hey, it was a real good video. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And yes, there's a lot of us pipe smokers out there. And we're a special breed.